Go live. Hello, 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 everyone. Oh, good. Hello, 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 everyone. It's Lauren Ebeck in the house. Okay, so I keep being asked about gut health and AKKermansia. And what is AKKermansia? So I wanted to give a little science lesson tonight on AKKermansia. This is purely educational tonight, okay? Purely educational. So, AKKermansia is a bacteria that tends to be in the distal colon. And let me back up for a second. Let me make sure Facebook and everybody knows that I am anatomy and physiology and a microbiologist. So I'm here to talk about this. So AKKermansia is one of the most important bacteria in your gut health. It is in your distal colon, okay? And in that distal colon, it's responsible for a lot of different things. Anything from your immune homeostasis to helping with stimulating GLP-1 hormone, which helps to regulate insulin and blood sugar cravings. And it's just one bacteria, but apparently it's gotten a lot of science and a lot of attention lately, especially because of weight management and especially because of supporting that GLP-1 hormone. So I wanted to give you some quick tips on it. So one of the things that it needs is a prebiotic. Now, people will ask, what's a prebiotic? Well, prebiotic is going to be things like fiber that supports that particular bacteria. So hello, Toddla Jean, and hello, McBride. And so that particular short chain fatty acids helps to create a substance called butyrate, and it's the butyrate that stimulates the cells to produce that GLP-1. But it also produces a protein called P9. That particular protein will also stimulate your cells, and this is all in the mucous lining of your gut, although it's concentrated in the distal colon, which is the large intestines, okay? Anyway, so that all stimulates it, and it's gotten a lot of hype for blood glucose control and weight management, but there's a ton of studies out there. So if you want the studies, go to PubMed. There's tons of studies. If you ask me later, I'll be happy to refer you to the studies, but I don't want to get too much into it. But it's responsible for your gut barrier integrity. Now, why am I so interested in AKKermansia? Because one, it's coming out in a lot of products. Two, it's been studied quite a bit. And here's some of the studies, what some of the studies came out with. We know that people that have a low AKKermansia have been associated with things like obesity, inflammation, diabetes, anxiety, depression, metabolic dysfunction, gut barrier dysfunction. Osteoporosis is a brand new study that's out. And then, of course, bowel disease and neurological orders. There are all these studies that are out on this, so you can go to PubMed or Science Direct or one of those journals and look those up. I will not go into all of that tonight, but we know that. Now, it's gotten a lot of attention lately because, again, of weight management, blood level sugars, and, of course, our lovely, wonderful obesity. So we know that it has an inverse effect with obesity. If your AKKermansia is high, you tend to be low and you have a low BMI. You're not going to be heavy and you're not going to be obese. Those people that are obese tend to have problems with inflammation. Okay, they tend to have low AKKermansia. So that's one of the things. It's an inverse relationship. So if you're high in AKKermansia, you're not going to be obese. But if you're obese, you're going to be low in AKKermansia. That was a study that was done by the American Gut Project. They used 10,534 participants. They were 20 to 99 years of age, and they looked at it to come up with that lovely correlation. Okay. So we know that it's also inversely related to fasting glucose, waist to hip ratio, and fat. So we know all of that. So that's why it's gotten a lot of attention recently in media, and especially with how it supports our GLP-1. So we know that if the body has an increase in that particular hormone, that's a hormone, by the way, in your intestines. So we know if that hormone is increased, then you're going to have the following. You're going to have insulin secretion. You're going to have insulin sensitivity, not resistance. sensitivity, okay? We're going to have glucagon is going to go down. Glucagon is what breaks up the glycogen to spike your blood sugar in your blood, right? Your beta cell health is going to go up. Satiety is how it's really pronounced, but feeling full longer, that's increased. We know we have improved glucose control. We know we have improved metabolic health. We know we have metabolic endotoxemia goes down and things like that. And we also know that inflammation goes down. If you have high AKKermansia and if you have good GLP. Now, I thought I produced one more, and so, but I don't see that. So I am going to talk to you. I got to refer to my notes real quick because that didn't print out. All right, so we have foods. Now, there are other things that support AKKermansia and that bacteria being high and support your GLP-1. So what are those? One is exercise, not having a sedentary lifestyle. And a lot of people go, oh, Lauren, I don't want the gym membership. I don't want to run anymore because I'm older. We underestimate walking. 10,000 steps a day. You can start off small, by the way, and work up to it. But 7,500 to 10,000 steps a day is great to start all this going. We can eat more fiber. Fiber we need in our diet, okay? So we can eat more fiber. Other things that promote it are going to be things like pomegranate or pomegranate extract, green tea extract, grape seed extract. All right, and then there's a couple other bacteria that work in conjunction with it that support it, and there's a couple of studies out there about 5 bacteria that work together. But AKKermansia is a very important bacteria to the gut, and everything that we do. We know, so one of the questions I got that I wanted to answer tonight is people ask me, well, how do people get low bacteria, low AKKermansia in the gut? It can happen by poor diet, because you're not getting enough fiber, you're not getting enough of those short-chain fatty acids that are there to support the AKKermansia. It can happen through overuse of antibiotics. We know those are 2 ways that will actually, so if you have bad gut health, if you have a yeast problem, if you have things going on, your gut health is not up to snuff, as I call it, then, hello, John, then we know that we're going to have a problem. Okay, so you're going to have, so if you have any kind of major gut health problem, then you're going to have a problem with the AKKermansia and your good probiotics that help out. All right, so let me see if there's anything else. So we know that we can have everything from bloat to gas to constipation if you have those types of things. So inflammation, which comes with a lot of things. One of the studies that they were looking at in which we had low AKKermansia and we had low GLP-1, one of the studies saw an increase in inflammation in a lot of skin disorders. They're doing another study on that, by the way. And then they're also doing another study associated with the other end of what happens when you have high AKKermansia, okay? So, with age, for example, they say that people who are elderly or elderly actually have a higher level of AKKermansia. So age affects it, high levels of stress. If you're traveling and your circadian rhythm gets off, that's going to affect it. And menopause in women will affect it. So this is, and all of those can actually lower AKKermansia, which again lowers the GLP-1 hormone. And so you might need to boost it. So the study that I was watching today, I was watching a YouTube. So I think what I'm going to do is produce a similar YouTube on this. So the YouTube that I was watching today was by a doctor and a science person who had produced all this. And she was also saying that that you might need a boost. So eating right and getting more polyphenols. By the way, ladies, chocolate and wine come in there really well for polyphenols. But we can't overdo it, right? So the polyphenols, getting a lot of that, especially in the pomegranates and some of the reds and things like that, those will help boost that AKKermansia. Taking a supplement with AKKermansia will help as well. And so you can see why I'm excited about all this, because we now have some answers and some science behind good gut health. Okay, so if you were watching any of my videos or any of my things this weekend, yes, I got super excited about some of the things that we've come out with in some of those products, because they combine the green tea extract, you know, the grapeseed extract. They combine several of these things together, and they've had great results. But again, I'm not here to promote things tonight. I'm here to tell you some of the things that you can do. So this is strictly education tonight on what is AKKermansia. It's a bacteria, okay? And you need a prebacteria for that lovely it's the prebiotic feeds the probiotic, which then makes a postbiotic. I take a 3-in-1. It's called Trebiotic. I take that supplement. Hello, how are you? Nice to see you. So if anybody's interested in that, you can actually message me later. But I wanted to give you, again, education on why that bacteria is so important and the findings on that we have had that is now absolutely exciting. Hey, Scott. So I was talking about the AKKermansia bacteria that's located, sorry, that's my dogs. That's located in the curb. Hang on one second. Stop. Stop it right now. I'm doing a Zoom. Stop. All right, so it's located in the curb, and I was talking about how that AKKermansia is so important, AKOS, to our health and our gut health, and how it's been linked to a lot of different health issues. And I was pointing out those studies because I think that's huge. This is a huge breakthrough right now, and so I'm super, super, super excited. So if you want, you can go back and you can watch that. I will do a full YouTube on it, but it's a little bit science laden, so I wanted just to give you the short version to just tell you that one of the good bacteria that they found that has done a lot for the gut is that AKKermansia, and that's pretty exciting. So it's very exciting, and so it's totally okay. As usual, we tell people, if you're going to take a supplement like Curb that has the AKKermansia in it, and you have a health condition, type 1 diabetes and stuff, we can't answer any of those questions. You need to check with your doctor. You need to definitely check with your doctor or your primary physician and get those answers, okay? Because we're not medical people. But I am a microbiologist, and I am super excited, and I love educating. All right, so I have a streaming error coming up on the computer, but that's okay. So if anybody has any questions on that, again, this was strictly for education tonight, and I want to talk about what the AKKermansia does, and talk about the good bacteria, and talk about some of those studies. So if you're interested in any of those studies, feel free to message me, and I can actually send those to you. So otherwise you can look them up on PubMed or Science Direct. But I just wanted to clear up some gut health and AKKermansia type questions. So hope that helped out, and I hope everybody has a great night. Take care. Okay, let's do finish.